All right, guys. So Kate is our demo for today. If you need any further instructions on what we're doing, a lot of you guys are yoga teachers on here today, so I feel like you all know what is up. My name is Leah, for those of you that I don't know, and welcome to your hour power flow. We will go ahead and get started in child's pose. Liz, you take it when you get home. I wouldn't advise driving in yoga. And guys, just start with breath. And take a couple full body breaths. Take a breath in through your nose and a sigh out your mouth. Yeah, do that again. Breathe in through your nose. Press it out your mouth. And then one more time, fill up your lungs. And then empty out your lungs. And just give yourself really permission to land. Right? To feel this shape and to be in this shape. I find a lot of times for me when class starts, like I'm ready to begin the movement and I don't give myself like the pause I need. Yeah, so just be here in this pose and feel like the mat underneath your fingers and underneath your shins. See if you can get really long in the spine. So stretch your fingers long to the top of your mat. And then without moving your palms, can you press your hip bones back towards your heels? Take one more breath. And then go to downward facing dog. And pedal out the legs. Yeah, do anything that feels really good and organic. Yeah, so if you want to way forward into a high plank, or if you want to lift up a leg and stack bend hips. Nice, guys. Now come onto your tiptoes and then tiptoe to your hands. Take ragdoll at the top of your mat. Yeah, if it feels good, you can sway from side to side. Give it at least a little bend to the knees, maybe even more intense bend to the knees. You're just gonna really let go of the hamstrings and focus on your upper body here. And then drop your hands to the mat. We're just gonna take a little twist to start. So take your left hand in between your feet and reach your right arm up towards the ceiling. Open the side body up to the right. And then switch sides. A right hand comes down, left hand lifts. Yeah, you can straighten the left leg and bend the right knee a lot. And keep pushing the hips back away from your face. Take one more breath. And then drop the left hand down to meet the right. Reach both arms straight up towards the ceiling, extended mountain pose. Then bring your hands to heart center and close your eyes. And set an intention for this practice. Right? It can just be one thing to get you through this next hour. We'll start all together with the sound of one Om. Breathe in. Extended mountain pose. Inhale, reach up, look up. Fold forward on your exhale. Halfway lift, breathe in. Chaturanga, breathe out. Yeah, going right for it. Upward facing dog, fill up your lungs. Downward facing dog, empty out. And then take 3 breaths. And if there's still some movement that needs to happen, you can take that. Yeah, or maybe you find stillness and strength in this pose. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale to your toes, bend your knees, look forward, step or jump forward. Halfway lift, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. Extended mountain, rise up, inhale. Fold forward, exhale. Halfway lift, breathe in. Chaturanga. Yeah, flow through, upward facing dog, press the mat away. Downward facing dog, lift your hips. Breathe in and breathe out. Fill up, empty, inhale, exhale, inhale, lift, bend, step or float. Halfway lift, forward fold, mountain pose. Rise up, reach up, bow forward, exhale. Halfway lift in, chaturanga out. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Breath in and breath out. Inhale, lift, bend, hop forward. Halfway, forward fold, extended mountain, rise up, bow forward, exhale. Halfway lift, breathe in, chaturanga, flow through. Upward facing, downward facing. Breath in and breath out. Inhale, rise, bend, fly. Halfway lift, forward fold, chair pose. And sit your hips really low on your chair pose. Yeah, everyone do that. Do what Kate did. See if you can bring your fingertips down to the floor and drop your hips until you can reach. Yeah, now reach your fingers high. Keep your hips where they are. Nice. That's it, Savannah. Squeeze your thighs in towards one another. Take a breath in and a breath out. You got it, Georgia. One more inhale. Now fold forward, exhale. Halfway lift, breathe in, chaturanga. Yeah, you can step or float back, upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Warrior one, right leg. Everyone, stack your right knee right on top of your right ankle. Yeah, and then ground through both of your heels. So your right heel presses into the floor and your left heel presses down into the mat. Now keeping your feet where they are, see if you can squeeze them in towards one another. Yeah, now take a breath in and a breath out. Do that again, fill up, empty. Take one more breath, reach up, look up in between your hands, and then chaturanga, hands to the floor. Upward facing dog, breathe in. Downward facing dog, breathe out. Warrior one, left leg. Yeah, same thing on this side, like really root your feet into the mat, like press them down into the floor. And at the same time, see if you can squeeze your heels in towards one another. You should feel some activation in the legs. Yeah, now take a breath in and a breath out. One more, reach up, look up, and then take your hands to the floor, flow through. Upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale, and then take 5 breaths. Yeah, and guys, these 5 breaths are for you. right? So they're for you to find movement if you still need it, right? Maybe you find some stillness. Yeah, or maybe you're feeling like super like strong today and you're ready for some handstand hops or some leapfrogs. Take a breath in and a breath out. Do that again. Fill up, empty. Inhale to your toes, bend your knees, look forward, jump forward. Halfway lift, forward fold, chair pose. Inhale, fold on your exhale. Halfway lift, breathe in, chaturanga flow through. Up dog in, down dog out, warrior one, right side. Yeah, rise up, breathe in, chaturanga, breathe out. Nice, fill up, empty, and then warrior one, left side. Yeah, use your breath as your guide. Inhales take you up, and then exhales take you right back to the floor. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog, and then 5 breaths. Yeah, for you to get curious, right, about what you're feeling in your body today. Yeah, and what you could take on right now. Nice, Kate. Alexandra. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, lift, bend, hop. Halfway, forward fold, chair pose. Inhale, bow on your exhale. Halfway lift in, chaturanga flow. Up dog, down dog, warrior one, right side. Now step forward, reach up, breathe in, hands to the mat, flow through. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog, warrior one. Yeah, on the left, like keep going with the flow of your breath. Right? Using your inhales and exhales as your guide. Nice, guys, and we'll all meet in down dog. Everyone take a breath in your nose and sigh it out your mouth. Yeah, now bring your toes to touch, take your knees wide, and take 5 leapfrogs, right? So you're just leaping your hips up in the air. Maybe they stack on top of your shoulders. Yeah, Georgia, take your gaze in between your hands and press the floor away. Yeah, Georgia and everybody do that. Nice. Take one more hop and then land forward, top of your mat. Halfway lift, reset, forward fold, chair pose, sit low, bow forward, exhale. Halfway lift, breathe in, chaturanga, breathe out. Upward facing, press the floor away. Downward facing, lift hips high, and then warrior one, right and left sides on your own. Yeah, guys, just using your breath, like you know the poses, and even if you don't, like whatever feels really good for your breath and your body today. Nice, James. Strong chaturangas. Yeah, and again, guys, we'll all meet in downward facing dog. Everyone lift your right leg up towards the ceiling and stack your hips, bend your knee. Yeah, do this. Point your kneecap way up towards the ceiling or the sky, wherever you are. And now flip your dog, flip it over. Nice. Yeah, root into your left hand and lift your hips way up towards the sky. Nice, Sarah. Yeah, drop your head back. Take one more breath here. Now come into a high plank. Side plank, right hand down, left hand lifts. Yeah, guys, take your gaze up towards your left fingertips. And if you want a little more challenge from there, you can lift your top leg up. Nice, Savannah. Yeah, Rachel, you got it. Take one more breath. Go to low plank. A flow through upward facing dog. Press back, downward facing dog. And then lift your left leg up. Stack, bend, open up. And before you guys flip your dog, I want you to point your kneecap up towards the ceiling, like really get it high. Yeah, now flip it over. Yeah, that's it. Right, root through your heels, press them down into the floor and lift your hips up. Yeah, drop your head back, take a breath in and a breath out. One more inhale. Now come back over, go to side plank. Left hand is down, right hand lifts. Yeah, and the first challenge is taking your gaze up to your right fingertips. Nice, and then if you want more, lift your top leg up. Yeah, stay here for 3. For 2, chaturanga. Now flow through upward facing dog, downward facing dog, right leg crescent lunge. Crescent lunge, right leg. Same thing, different order. How are we doing, guys? Thumbs up. Are you sweating? Are we good? Yeah, nice. Do this. Wiggle walk your right toes forward about 2 inches. Yeah, now get your hips low. See if you can get your right shin, or sorry, your right thigh parallel to the floor. Take a breath in. Now sink your hips a little lower. Inhale, bring your hands to heart center. Exhale, twist to the right. Yeah, so you'll make a connection of left elbow to right thigh, and then use that as leverage to spin your heart open to the right side. Breathe in and twist. Do that again. Fill up. Twist. Biggest breath here. Yeah, biggest twist. Now open up to warrior 2. Yeah, stay low in that front leg. Like keep your hips down to the floor. Take a breath in. Extended side angle. Yeah, right hand can come to the floor or a block. Yeah, or a furry friend, like whatever is right there for you. And then guys, you have 3 more breaths to play. So if you have binds, half or full, you can go for that. Nice, Kate. Yeah, keep squeezing your shoulders in towards one another. Take one more big inhale. Chaturanga on your exhale. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Crescent lunge, left leg. Yeah, and same thing on this side, right? Get really low in that front thigh. So that happens by wiggling the left toes forward. Yeah, and then drop your hips down to the floor. Inhale, bring your hands to your heart. With your exhale, twist to the left. Yeah, and guys, it's not all about this front leg. Like stay strong in the right leg. Press the back of the right thigh up towards the ceiling or the sky. And now breathe in and twist. Do that again. Fill up. Yeah, twist. Nice, Sarah. Take one more big breath. And then your biggest twist, open up warrior 2. Now take your gaze over your front middle finger. Take a breath in. And then go to extended side angle. Yeah, left elbow can come to the knee or fingers can reach to the floor. And then guys, you have your space here to play with half binds or full. Yeah, so for the half, the right arm reaches around for the left hip. And for the full, the left arm will snake under the thigh. Nice, Alexandra. Yeah, now squeeze your shoulder blades in. Take one more big breath. Chaturanga, flow through. Up dog, breathe in. Down dog, breathe out. Take a breath in your nose. And a sigh out your mouth. And then guys, let's take 5 frog hops again. So big toes touch, knees wide. Yeah, and gaze in between your hands and just see if you can get your hips to stack over your shoulders. Yeah, maybe you start to feel a little floating action this afternoon. Nice. After your fifth one, land in a forward fold, top of your mat. Halfway lift, reset. Forward fold, chair pose. Yeah, but I want you to commit to your chair. So sit your hips down to the floor, like really get into the chair. Yeah, now squeeze your thighs in towards one another. Now inhale your hands to heart center. With your exhale, twist to the right. Now keep the hips down towards the floor, and then see if you can stack the right shoulder on top of the left. And now breathe in and breathe out. Yeah, side crow if that's in your practice. Fill up, empty. Take one more breath. Yeah, stay with it, guys. Now come back to chair center. Right? Keep your hips low. Keep squeezing thighs in. Inhale your hands to your heart. With your exhale, twist to the left. You got it, James. Yeah, like sometimes it lasts a little longer than we want it to. Yeah, but you guys can do this. Like I know you can. Yeah, and if side crow was there for you on the other side, try it on this side. Breathe in and breathe out. Stay for one more inhale. Yeah, stay for the exhale and then come back to chair center. Yep, squeeze the thighs in. Take one more breath. Now fold forward. Yeah, fingers to toes, forward fold. Grip your big toes with your peace sign fingers here. Yeah, and give a tiny little bend to the knees, Kate. There you go. And guys, really just let your head and neck be heavy. Breathe in and breathe out. And now come to palms to toes, forward fold. So you're just gonna stand on your hand. Now the back of your hand is on the floor. Yeah, and then without overthinking it, walk to the back of your mat with your hands underneath your feet. Yeah, not because I think it does anything for you, but just because it's fun to try on. And then take crow pose. Yeah, so you'll be about the middle of your mat now with your hands. And go for crow. Like hold it for 3, for 2, and then come to Malasana squat. Yeah, yogi squat, hands to heart center. Use your elbows to press your thighs away from you and press your shoulders back. Breathe in and breathe out. Fill up, empty. Take one more inhale. Stay for the exhale, and then take crow again. Yeah, crow 2.0. This time, like, don't think about it too long. Just go right for it. Yeah, and then hold it for 5, 4. You got it, Peta. Stay for one more breath. Now shoot your feet back behind you for chaturanga. Yeah, Alexandra, you can go for it. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. And then lift high onto your toes, bend your knees, look forward. Listen, guys, jump into crow pose. Now, we don't try this one on enough, and you guys are like at home and you're safe there. Yes, Kate. Yeah, you just got to try it on sometimes. Yes, Savannah. And then fold forward, top of your mat. Halfway lift, reset, forward fold, rise all the way up to standing. Bring your hands to heart center and just close your eyes. Give yourself a moment, a breath, right, to come back to your intention. What's that thing that brought you here today that's keeping you here now? Breathe in through your nose and sigh it out. And then blink your eyes open. Take eagle on the right. Right arm goes underneath the left. And your right leg comes over the left. So you guys are doing really great here. What I want you to do is focus on the hips. So see if you can pull the right hip back to the wall behind you. Nice, Rachel. And now take a breath and stay. Do that again. Breathe in. Stay. And then switch sides. Go for eagle on the left. Yeah, and when you get there, right, start to pull your elbows up in line with your shoulders and press your hands away from your face. Like really open up the shoulders. Take a breath and an exhale. One more, fill up. Yes, stay. And then switch sides. Go to eagle on the right. Nice, guys. See if you can squeeze your thighs together, like so much so that light couldn't even pass. Like really hug them in towards one another. Take a breath in and a breath out. Switch. Go for eagle on the left. And drop your hips down towards the mat and then press your shoulder blades back. See if you can stack them right on top of your hips. Take one more breath. Yeah, one more exhale. And then release. Come to standing leg raise on the right. So bend your right knee. Yeah, you can catch your knee, or if you're feeling really steady today, you can grab your big toes with your peace sign fingers. And now open your leg up to the right, left fingers to the left, gaze over your thumb. Yeah, and ground through the left foot, like press the center of the left heel into the floor. Press your crown up towards the ceiling, towards the sky. Take one more breath in. Now bring your right leg back through center. Bring your hands to heart center. And then come to figure four. Take your right ankle to your left thigh. Gotcha, Liz. Yeah, and any variation here that you guys want. So if you fold over that front shin, the right shin, you can go for that. Yeah, if you know the arm balance, you can try that on. It's kind of like crow. So your hands will plant, gaze will go forward. On this one, your right shin is just on the back of your triceps. Nice. Take one more breath. And then slow and controlled, make your way back up, pull your right knee in towards your chest. Yeah, stay with it. And then kick it behind you for airplane. Nice. Yeah, you can hop around the mat, like whatever it takes. Yeah, and plug your shoulders into your spine, right? Like we're flying with our hearts, like lead your heart forward, whatever that means. Take one more breath. Half moon. Yeah, left hand will go down and see if you can take your gaze up towards your right fingertips. Right? Sometimes this pose reminds me of side plank, just like the more advanced version of it. Yeah, and give yourself like the space to fall out and then to come back to it. Yes, Sarah. Take one more inhale. Now fold forward, top of your mat. Halfway lift, reset, forward fold. Rise all the way up to standing extended mountain, reach up, and then bring your hands down by your sides, guys. Just shake everything out. Yeah, just take a minute to get loose, to reset. And then standing leg raise on the left. So you'll ground through the right heel and grab the left knee or big toe. Yeah, now open the left leg to the left side of the room and reach the right arm to the right. And even while you're reaching, like leg and arm in opposite directions, can you still like pull in your belly to spine, right? Pull your side ribs in and then reach them up. Take one more breath. Now bring your left leg back through center. Bring your hands to heart center. Figure 4. Yeah, and your variation. Nice. So if you went for fingertips to the floor on the right side, try it on the left and just feel if there's difference. Yeah, Alexandra, that's it. Yeah, and if you're going for the arm balance, you'll lean forward just a little. Nice, James. Take one more breath. And then guys, slow and controlled, come back up to standing and pull the left knee in towards your chest, right? Strong, grounded right leg. Now kick it back behind you for airplane. Yeah, and here you want to create length throughout the body. So really reach your chest to the front of the room and press the left foot back. Like you could kick it through the wall. That's it, Georgia. Take one more breath. Now go for half moon. Yeah, yeah, any tool that's nearby. Rachel's like, here's my water, and we're gonna use that. Stack the left glute on top of the right, and then just take your eye gaze up towards your left fingers. Take one more breath. Fold forward, top of your mat. Halfway lift, reset. Forward fold. Rise all the way up to standing mountain. And then bring your hands to Anjali Mudra. Take tree on the right. So ground through the left foot. Yeah, and guys, your right foot can come wherever you want. Just don't bring it to your kneecap, okay? Yeah, and then take your fullest expression. So maybe you grow your branches up towards the ceiling. See if you can take your gaze up, right? Reach your heart up. One more inhale. And then release. Take tree on the left. Yeah, really ground through the right foot. And then work like energy all the way up the right leg. Squeeze the right shin in. Squeeze the right thigh in. Reach your side ribs up and reach your heart up. Take one more breath. And then release. Drop the left foot down. Now come to the top of the mat and then reach both arms straight up. Breathe and extended mountain. Fold forward, exhale. Halfway lift, breathe in. Chaturanga, breathe out. And flow through upward facing, downward facing. Take triangle on the right side. Yeah, so you can pass through warrior 1, warrior 2 if that helps you set it up, or you can just step forward and go right into it. Now really root your big toe mounds into the floor. And keeping your feet pressing down, can you energetically pull your shins in towards one another? Take a breath in and a breath out. Now one more inhale. Stay for the exhale. Now rise all the way up to standing. Turn your toes to the side, side facing, wide leg, forward fold. Yeah, and then guys, you have 5 breaths for any variation you want. So if you take tripod headstand and you want to go for that, you can do a traditional headstand or even handstand prep. Everyone is getting your hips as close to over your big toe mounds as you can. So keep pushing your hips forward. You got it, James. And if your feet are in the air, slow and controlled, bring them back down to the floor. Take one more breath. And then rise all the way up to standing. Turn to face the front. Namaste, front facing, forward fold. Everybody take a bind at your low back today. So you can either interlace fingers or grab opposite elbows, reverse namaskar. Yeah, and then fold over the right leg. And I just want you to notice your shoulders here with this bind. Like, can you squeeze them in towards your spine a little more? And then reach your breastbone down towards your right big toe mound. Take a breath in. Now pull your right hip towards the back of the room. Take one more inhale. Twisting triangle. Yep, left hand down, right hand up. And see if you can create links through the spine. So you want to press your right hip away from your face and reach the crown of your head long towards the front of the room. Nice, Kate. Take one more breath and then go to chaturanga, flow through. Upward facing dog, fill up. Downward facing dog, empty. And then triangle on the left side. Yeah, again, build it however you want. And then see if you can stack your right shoulder on top of your left. Yeah, and same thing with your hips. Can you pull the right hip on top of the left? Breathe in and breathe out. Take one more inhale. Stay for the exhale. Now rise all the way up to standing. Turn your toes to the side, side facing, wide leg, forward fold. Yeah, and forward fold of your choice. So again, if you want to bind at the back, you can. If you want to get upside down again, you can go for it. Beautiful, Rachel. And even though your feet are like so far apart, you still want to work to squeeze the thighs in. So you're pulling them in towards one another, right? And rooting your feet down into the floor. So activation through the legs. Take one more inhale. Yeah, and then fold a little bit deeper. Now rise all the way to standing, turn to face the front, namaste, front facing, forward fold, left leg. Yeah, again, see if you can take any arm variation behind the back that feels good and then fold. Yeah, with this, you can automatically start to wrap the shoulders around the spine. I find a lot of times when I drop my hands, I lose that activation. And then ground your heels into the floor. Okay, pull your hips towards the back of the room. Like I was behind you, like reaching and pulling them towards me. Take one more breath. Twisting triangle. Yeah, open your whole body to the left side of the room. And keep pressing your big toe mounds into the floor and keep shooting the left hip back. Take one more breath and then come to a high plank position. Yeah, high plank. We're just gonna hold this for 5, 4. Yeah, ground your palms into the floor and squeeze your shins in. Take one more breath. Now come all the way to your belly. Yeah, see, that wasn't so bad. Now lift everything up for locust. Yeah, reach everything up, right? Shoulder blades peel off the floor, feet come up. Yeah, take one more breath, lift up, and then lower everything down. Take a breath in and a breath out. Locust number 2. lift. Yeah, same arm variation, or you can bind your hands to your sacrum. And now squeeze your shoulders and lift up. Come up one more inch. Now lower it all to the mat. Breathe in and breathe out. We're just gonna do one floor bow, guys. So bend your knees, grab your feet. Yep, and kick your shins to the back. Come up. Yeah, so you wanna see if you can kick your shins towards the wall behind you and really lift your rib cage off the floor. Yeah, take your gaze up towards the ceiling, Savannah. That's it. Come up one more inch. Now lower it down. You can windshield wipe your feet or shake your hips from side to side. Bring your hands by your chest. Come to upward facing dog. And press your hips back, downward facing dog. And then come to your knees for camel. Yeah, so toes can either be tucked or you can untuck them so that like shoelaces of your foot would be on the floor. Bring your hands to your low back and then do camel pose. Right, head drops back, hips push forward. Nice. Maybe your hands find your heels or your ankles. Nice, Alexandra. Keep pressing your hips towards the front of the room. Take one more breath and then release. Take a breath in through your nose and sigh it out. Camel number 2, go for it. Yeah, go right into it. Yeah, keep squeezing your shoulders in towards one another. Yeah, and drop your head back. Go a little further back. You got it, Sarah. Take one more breath and then release. Make your way to your backs for bridge and wheel. So we're gonna do 6 total back bends. Yeah, we're gonna do 6. I'm feeling it today. We'll all start in bridge. So ground your feet into the floor and lift your hips up. Yep, press them down into the floor, press your shoulders into the floor. Yeah, lift your hips, press them up. Now lower them down. Take a breath in and a breath out. Wheel, come up. Yeah, plant your hands by your ears and press your heart up towards the ceiling. Beautiful, Savannah. That's it. Lift everything high and then lower everything down. Breathe in and breathe out. Come up, wheel. Yeah, without hesitation or thought, like lift up. Press your hips way up towards the sky and then lower them down to the floor. Breathe in and let it go. And then come up for wheel. Yeah, you guys got this. Right? Like ground your palms into the floor. Yeah, ground your heels into the mat. Now lower your hips down. Take a breath in and a breath out. Wheel, come up. Yeah, lift up. Yeah, now squeeze your thighs in towards one another. Hug them in. Yeah, press up one more inch and then lower everything down. Last one, guys. Take a breath in your nose. Sigh it out your mouth. And then come up for wheel. Yeah, use the strength of your arms and legs. Nice. Now squeeze your knees in towards one another. That's it. Press up one more inch. You got it, James. Now lower it down to the mat. Supta Baddha Konasana. Feet together, knees wide. And bring one hand to your heart and one hand to your belly. And just feel like everything that's you. I love to feel my heartbeat after wheel. Right? It makes me feel alive. Take a big breath in your nose. And a big sigh out. And then take happy baby. Yeah, you can grab the insides or the outsides of your feet and then rock from side to side, just like a happy baby would. And then hug both knees in towards your chest. Take a couple rocks from side to side, release the low back. Rock forwards and backwards on your mat. Make your way up to a high boat. Yeah, boat pose. Beautiful. Yeah, press your heart forward towards your knees and flex your toes back towards your face. Yeah, now everyone try this on. See if you can straighten your legs. Like press your heels up towards the ceiling. You got it. Stay here for 3, for 2. Now go to low boat. Yeah, lower your heels. Right, keep your shoulders lifted and keep reaching towards your feet. Take a breath in. Now come back to high boat. Yeah, bring your knees in towards your chest and lift your chest towards your knees. Take one more breath and then roll back. Yeah, capture your knees. Rock forwards and backwards and make your way to half pigeon. However you want to get there. And just let yourself like be in this pose, just like our child's pose when we started. Like without the need to move, to run out of the pose. Right? Like everything going on outside of this 4 corners of your mat, everything can wait. And can you be here and breathe here? Make your way back up to your palms. Just roll onto your right hip and swing your left leg forward. Take double pigeon. So you'll stack your shins like 2 fire logs. And then if it feels good, you can fold forward over your legs. And then come up. And then from here, guys, you can just keep your left leg forward and swing your right leg back for half pigeon. Or if you're taking another variation of half pigeon, go for that. And there's similarities to the way I do yoga at home versus the way I do it in the studio, which is my mind tends to wander a lot. But at home, it wanders to things like I should be washing the dishes that are never ending in my sink for some reason. right? Or the laundry that's constantly going, right? Instead of thinking about the email that I didn't send, I think about the crumbs on the floor that I didn't vacuum up. And can you stay present to just you and your breath? Right? To nothing outside of the four corners of your mat. And then make your way back up to your palms. Roll onto your left hip. Swing your right leg forward and take double pigeon. And again, if it feels good, you can fold over the legs. And come up and go to a seated forward fold. Both legs will come long in front of you. Now, if you cannot reach your feet, bend your knees until you can. Yeah, or you could use a strap or like a towel, something to reach your feet. Okay, reach your breastbone towards your big toes, like really get long in the spine. And then make your way into an inversion. It can be waterfall, shoulder stand. If there's a wall close by, this has been my favorite treat at home is throwing my legs up a wall. Or in Ottoman, Georgia. And if you're in shoulder stand, move through plow. If you're in waterfall, just stay. And if you're in plow, come to deaf yogi. And then everyone make your way all the way down to your mats. Now take a supine twist. Your right leg will come in, left leg long. And then take your right leg across your body. Now T or cactus your arms and gaze goes over the right. See if you can keep your shoulders grounded. So it's not so much about if your right knee can touch the floor. And then come back through center and switch your legs. A supine twist. And then come back through center and hug both knees in towards your chest. Now wrap your arms around your legs. Give yourself a big squeeze. Take a breath in. And then Savasana. Everything can go long. And right here, like, just give yourself, right, permission to do absolutely nothing. And start to bring awareness back to your breath. Just come back to inhales and exhales. Just to bring a little movement in, you can wiggle your fingers and your toes. Reach your arms overhead. Take a big full body stretch. And then roll over to one side. And just make your way up to an easy seat. Bring your hands to heart center and close your eyes. And just call to mind the intention that you set at the beginning of this class. And keep it with you throughout this day. We'll end the same way we began, with one Om. Fill up. Bring your hands to your third eye. The light in me honors, loves, and sees the light in each of you. Thank you guys so much for sharing your afternoon and your practice with me. Together we bow and say, Namaste. Great job, guys. Give yourselves a hand. I'm going to unmute you if you all want to say hello.